Hello, I'm Tyrone. Welcome to my channel. I've got to give a shout out to Demcad, D-E-M-C-A-D. You can find him on youtube.com/Demcad for inspiring me to, kind of put some thoughts down on video and share them. There are like-minded individuals out there who think about the things that we all think about, and I definitely wanted to share my thoughts and get your thoughts. So please feel free to respond to any of my videos, either with a video or with a comment. Alright, let's get it started. The first thing we're going to talk about today, airplane going by, I hope you can hear me, is the recent news that the price of gold and silver is being manipulated by some of these big financial firms. This is kind of a response to what Demcad talked about earlier. This should not be surprising. We know that these guys, if it were found out tomorrow that Pop-Tarts had some value, there'd be somebody trying to manipulate the value of Pop-Tarts. So what does that mean for us? They're doing that. We're probably, if we're buying gold and we're buying silver, we're probably paying a little bit more of a premium than we should be paying on it. However, gold's been around for 5,000 years. Silver's mentioned in the Bible. I mean, Judas sold out Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. So both metals have a long history. And unless we find out that, I don't know, South America is made of gold, which we won't find that out. Someone would have found it out already. But unless we find that out, the value of these metals is still going to be tied to the fact that they're rare and they have an intrinsic value. So there's still value there. I'm willing to bet that unless we find some huge stockpile of gold that has yet to be discovered, 5 years from now, gold will be worth more than it is today. I'm willing to bet that. So what I would encourage everyone to do is get educated. Don't rely on the news. I mean, they're good for just the tip of the iceberg stuff. You find out, you want to study more about it. But get down deep into the weeds, especially when it concerns monetary policy. Okay, because the powers that be kind of rely on us to be ignorant of these facts. All right, they know that we're working or we're running a business and we're taking care of the kids, and maybe we don't have time to read. But I encourage everybody to shut off American Idol if you're still watching that junk, or some of the other stuff. Hey, look, if you like TV, fine. Get a DVR, tape some of it. Don't let it control you. You control it. Pick up a book. This is a good book. It's called Gold: The Once and Future Money. Okay? It's about the history of currencies. And it talks about why gold has been of value in the past and why it will continue to be of value in the future. And it talks about the fiat currencies, like the dollar, and the history of those currencies and why they've never really stood the test of time. So go out and get this book. It's by a guy named Nathan Lewis. This is one of many books I've read on monetary policy, gold and silver. Educate yourself. I'm no economist, all right, but I can read and I can understand. So the other issue that we want to talk about today is politicians who are career politicians. Okay, politicians who go into politics for a career, 30 years, sometimes more, they're no better than the person that's on welfare who never intends to look for a job. Okay, they're feeding at the public trough, and they are doing this in a way that takes advantage of the citizens of the state, locality, or country. So, term limits. You and I both know they're never going to vote for term limits. They're never going to vote to put themselves out of a job. So we have to do it for them. And the way we do that is we go to the voting booth and we study these politicians. Call them. Hey, how long have you been in the legislature? How long have you been in the Senate? How long have you been in the city council? 20 years? Okay, then look at his record. Okay, guys like that need to go. I don't care if they're Democrat. I don't care if they're Republican. They're part of the problem. That's why the country's in the shape that it's in today. Because we've got a lot of politicians who do not understand what the real world is like. They don't understand what it's like to hold a real job. They don't understand what it's like to run a business. All they understand is the state capitol, City Hall, 495. That's the beltway that runs around Washington, D.C. That's all they understand. So it's up to us as citizens to start bouncing them out of their comfortable seats, okay? Because they're not performing. The country would not be in the situation it's in today if they were truly performing, if they truly acted like good stewards of our country. Okay, so throw them out. If you go to your job and you don't perform, you know exactly what's going to happen. Okay, my wife and I own a business. If we don't perform, there will be no business. Okay, we'll be out on the street. And these politicians need to be held accountable. So let's start doing it. Let's vote them out. Let's give them term limits. Let's impose those term limits upon them. All right. I want to hear from you. What do you think about term limits? Do you have some books that can help us learn more about monetary policy so that Ben Bernanke and all these guys can't talk circles around us and, rely on us not listening? Let me know. Send a video response. Send a text-based response. And you know what? I'm not going to censor anything. If you have something to say and you agree with me, great. If you don't, hey, we can talk about it. We can debate it. If you want to post something that makes yourself look like an absolute idiot, then that's your right too. I would prefer intelligent, debate, whether it agrees with me or disagrees. But hey, there are all kinds out there. And I'm not going to restrict free speech here on this channel. All right? Look forward to more videos, and I look forward to your responses.